Students, some more points regarding green chemistry here. We have not yet entered into nanochemistry. See, our rise towards green chemistry is by using less hazardous chemical synthesis. Now, what is the meaning of this less hazardous chemical synthesis? Generally, DDT, diphenyl trichloroethene. DDT is used as an insecticide to kill mosquitoes and other insects, such that it helps us to protect ourselves against diseases like malaria. Students, but DDT is highly harmful to health living beings. Living beings may be in the form of plants or aquatic life, or even human beings as well. DDT is highly harmful, and therefore instead of DDT being using as an insecticide, now we use this typical compound which is called BHC. What is this BHC? Benzene hexachloride. Benzene hexachloride's gamma isomer, the isomer of benzene hexachloride, which is called gammaxene. Gammaxene is used as a chemical because it is it is used as an insecticide but less hazardous to living beings. Then, designing safer chemicals. Now, what is the meaning of designing safer chemicals? Students, the workers which work in chemical industries are under huge threat of damaging their health. Okay, so during production, if we use the chemicals which are less toxic to them, then that is the main intention of what is green chemistry. Now, for this, what is the example here? See here, first of all, this typical organic compound, that is adipic acid. This adipic acid is used as the main raw material for the preparation of polymers. Polymers are in huge demand nowadays. So, adipic acid is used as the raw material or the chemical or the reactant in the preparation of polymers. Adipic acid releases benzene. Benzene is carcinogenic. Carcinogenic in the sense it is cancer causing. And it is volatile in nature as well. Volatile, it evaporates in nature and causes huge harm. But nowadays, instead of preparing adipic acid, which is used as a raw material for the synthesis of polymer, we use adipic acid itself, but not prepared from benzene, but from the enzyme activity from glucose. It is prepared by the enzymatic reaction of glucose, resulting in the formation of adipic acid, and this adipic acid is used in the synthesis of polymer, which is less harmful raw material. That's it. Next, we use solvents. Again, for the safety of the workers which work in chemical industry, it's better we use some solvents which are highly safe. Generally, solvents used in chemical laboratory are chloroform, dichloromethane, carbon tetrachloride. These are the solvents generally used in chemical industries. These organic solvents are highly harmful, and therefore what is done in this concept of green chemistry, these solvent where the solute is dissolved or where the reactant substrate is used, this is a reagent. These solvents and reagents have been replaced by water and something called as supercritical carbon dioxide. Okay, so this instead of using the solvent, that is chloroform, dichloromethane, carbon tetrachloride, we can use water as a solvent because it's a universal solvent, or we can use supercriticized carbon dioxide. This can be used as the best solvents, and hence use of these organic solvents can be avoided. That is the main intention of what is green chemistry here. After this, design of energy efficiency. Now, what is design of energy efficiency? Students, we should prepare the machinery or the instruments in such a way that the use of energy maybe in the form of electricity, maybe in the form of nuclear energy, maybe in the form of any sort of heat energy or anything can be minimized. That is design energy efficiency, means we can prevent the loss or the energy crisis. आता तुम्ही म्हणाल एनर्जी क्रायसिस हे कुठं दिसतं आपल्याला? जनरली एनर्जी क्रायसिस इज फेस्ड बाय दीज petrochemicals, petrochemicals, that is petrol, basically petrol or coal or even your wood and all, they are used as very good sources of energy. Students, they are one and for all, they release a large amount of pollutants in air. They are very rich, no doubt. Petroleum products or all these products are highly rich sources of energy, but first of all they are non-renewable, and second is that they release high quantity of pollution into the environment. So instead of these relying on petrochemicals as the sources of energy, we can substitute, we can replace these petrochemicals by some other products which are biodegradable, which are less polluting, in the form of, we can put it like this, that is ethanol. We can use sugarcane bagasse, molasses and all, and we can replace these products by the petrochemicals by these products, and hence helps us to avoid energy crisis. One thing. After this, the next point comes is, let me tell you like this. What happens is, whenever we carry out typical reactions, some products are formed as intermediates. For formation of intermediate, the raw material required is large, and the intermediate is not necessary sometimes. Or see, it's like this, that all the reactants should be converted into products. It's better we don't form any byproducts, because byproducts are not useful to us. We are intending or intentionally interested in only products which are obtained from reactants. So what we can do is that we can avoid the byproducts by minimizing the step of reactions. Reaction चे steps are minimize केले. Like first step, some intermediate is formed. In the second step, some more intermediate is formed, and all that. We can minimize the step. How we can minimize the step? By using biocatalyst. So using typical catalyst in a typical reaction, that will using of microorganisms and all, we can minimize the steps and formation of intermediate products which are not required in a chemical reaction. That's it. This is the design of energy efficiency. Students, at international level, what they're doing is, most of the products can be subjected to recycling process. Internationally, some international important logos or marks have been given to certain products.